Hey everybody, this is Todd McFarlane. Hey, I used to work for Marvel and DC comic books. I did comic books, did a little bit of Batman, did a little bit of Hulk, co-created Venom, and then sort of made my career on Spider-Man. But after that, a handful of us started a new company, and this was the character I created, Spawn. It's now been running for over 300 issues. We now own a Guinness Book of World Record for the longest running creator-owned book. But if some of you remember, back in 1994, I started a toy company. In 1995, my first toy came out. This is what it looked like right here, right? You're looking at some of the packaging. This is one of the original pieces here from 1995. But now what we're going to do is our very first Kickstarter. Why? Because the stores we used to sell to way back then, Babbage's, Tower Records, all those ones that we used to sell to, KB Toys, all those have gone out of business. It's getting more and more difficult to sell a toy direct to the stores and only give them one at a time. I'm going to now give you the toys that they won't put on the shelf, and we're going to sell them to you exactly as we think that they should be. Here's what we have for you with our very first Kickstarter. I basically went out and I got the license for the toy because I own Spawn, and we're going to basically come out here and do a digitally remastered version. So what is that going to look like? First off, here's sort of the prototype of what the sculpt's going to look like. It's going to be way bigger than the original. If you remember, the original was this size. We now do our toys at 7 inches, so we're going to do a digitally remastered, but it's going to be bigger. Not only that, we're going to put it in super sexy packaging. Although the packaging will be reminiscent of what you saw in 1995, I'm going to do a brand new artwork on this comic book. You're going to get a comic book, you're going to get the toy, and if you want, we're going to talk about it later, you can get an autograph on it. But how do we repackage it? Well, one of the things that's cool is that when you get to some of the high-end stuff in comic books, you can get some kind of level of slipcases, right? I think it looks really cool up on your shelf. So we're going to do the same. What does that mean now for this Kickstarter? It means you're going to get something that is going to be like this, probably be much bigger because the cape is going to get wider, so it's going to be bigger. But I just wanted to show you, you're going to get something here. You're going to push the box in, and you're going to have a slip cover. So you're going to pull the slip cover off, and then you're going to have your box. Going to have graphics on it. It's going to be nice. You open up your graphic, and inside you're going to have your box here, and it's going to be all foam. It's going to look super cool. It's going to be high-end looking. And if you happen to get one of the ones that's autographed, you're going to get your plate here with the autograph on it. You take the autograph out. You take your extra weapon that you get if you choose the autograph, and then you come in here, you're going to get a piece of artwork up in here, some card, and then you start pulling out all the foam that's going to be in here, and what you're going to see then is, get this out of here, is you're going to have this version up in here. Now remember, this will be the 7-inch figure, so the box will be bigger and everything will be bigger, and then once you have it in here, you just pull out the foam as one big piece, and you'll then be able to get to your toy. What are the different tiers going to be? Let's talk about those. You're going to be able to get, I'm going to keep it simple, you can either get each one of these tiers with or without an autograph. Just think about it that simple, right? So you can get what we call Classic Spawn, which is him with the red, which is what he looked like basically in his very first incarnation. You can get that with or without a signature. If you get the signature, again, it's going to come, I don't know if any of you are familiar with my sports toys that I did. I'm going to borrow some of that as we do this for the comic book version of the digitally remastered. You're going to get a big piece of plastic that sits on a shelf like this. It's going to have my hand signature on it. Each one of them I'm going to sign individually. And then what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to take that big piece of plastic and you're going to be able to present it in front of your toy any way you see fit. So all of them are going to come with a figure, the cape, a base so they can stand in, and then and a weapon, you're going to get a gun, big cool gun he's going to hold up here. It's going to be awesome. And then if you want some of the other versions, they're basically going to be different paint jobs. So this is classic. Then we've got one that's going to be what I would call modern paint job. This is our Mortal Kombat, and again, he just came out in the game. But here's an all black one that's in here. But if you get the one that's all black, you're going to get a different head. You're not going to get the same head. You're going to get this head. You're going to get what I call sort of the shoelace head. So you're going to get the classic look with the mask, or you can get the modern look with the shoelace. And then the third tier we're going to have is a black and white version. So again, here's a prototype of one of the old toys we did years and years and years ago. We call them artist proofs. The thing that's going to be cool about this one, you're going to get basically a black and white figure of Spawn. It will come again with the classic mask on there, but you're also going to get a comic book with new artwork that will be in black and white. So for any of you that are big comic book collectors, right, sometimes you're used to paying $20, $25 just for exclusive covers on comic books that you go to conventions, right? You're going to get a new cover. You're going to get the digitally re-inked version on the classic, and then I'm going to do new art cover for the modern version, and I'm going to do a black and white new art for the black and white. So you're going to get a brand new comic book cover for each one of those. Then we've got the last tier, and the last tier is if you want all three of them. Basically, you want a classic, you want a modern, and you want one of the black and whites. Here's the thing though, if you get the 3-pack, then not only will you get all three of them with the 3 unique covers, all total. If you want it to get autographed, I'll make sure that I autograph it for you. But you also are going to get 2 different heads on the 3-pack that you can't get if you buy them individually. So what we're going to get for you is, if you get the 3-pack, the modern version, which is the all black one, is going to come with a head that is basically Al Simmons' head, which is basically the human head, which is his identity. So you're going to get a nice human head on it. And then the black and white one is going to come with what I call the hamburger head, which essentially looks a little bit like the shoelace head, except for it didn't have the shoelaces in it. So it's still going to be a monster head. So all told, in all the tiers, there would be 5 different heads. There would be the classic, there would be the shoelace, and then in the 3-packs, we're going to have the black and white, we're going to have the Al Simmons, and we're going to have the hamburger head. So that's all the things you can get. I've been trying to sell toys like these to the stores, but because the stores want the big boxed items, it's getting harder and harder to sell all those things that we used to, like the dragons and the Movie Maniac and the Tortured Souls. This is the best way. Kickstarter is a way for me to now sell some of my toys and some of my ideas direct to you. And if this all works, and I believe it will, then we're going to go and I'm going to license out some of the other stuff, and we're going to get you all those classic McFarlane toys, and we're going to bring them back to you directly. And I'm going to go around the stores because they don't have room to do these one-offs all the time. So that's why we're going to do it. Hope you're excited as we are. It's going to be big. It's going to be sophisticated. It's going to be cool. And then you decide whether you want me to autograph them. Anyways, look forward to it. I know this is going to work, and then we're going to bring you many, many, many more versions of McFarlane toys in the future. But for now, we're going to start from a comic book version. My comic book company is going to come out with the retro version. Thanks.